my third, my fourth DTM, my fifth DTM was like, okay, you have done Africa. What about outside of Africa? That is where I went to countries like Thailand and Vietnam, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, trying to make my footprint there, which I did because I became area director in Thailand and Vietnam. I became division director in Thailand and Vietnam. And whilst I'm in Africa, I was in South Africa and I became all, which really added value to my DTMs. And that really worked very well in my favor. So my DTM 6 was more onto business to say, okay, how do I take all this experience and create a business with the experience that I have from Toastmasters, and which I did. I opened up a business called the Heavyweight Speaking Coaching, where I take all my DTMs now, bring them into a business, and then teach people what I've learned as a local person, as a continental person, and as a global citizen. So I took all that, bring them together, and I started that business. In that business, I've trained over 500 people. I've unleashed a lot of talent. I've trained a lot of CEOs, a lot of professors. I've trained everybody, let me just say that. And the approach of training is totally different because remember, I train from a perspective of 6 DTMs. So it's not like I'll be training somebody like any other person. Mine is very deep. It dives very deep. And that is what DTM 6 brought to me. I've learned from my DTMs to say, be conscious and intentional when you go for a DTM. Don't just say, I want to do a DTM and I'm done. I've learned that. I've learned that to say, for you to achieve more, put a purpose to it. Look at your weakness. Where are you weak? And then work on it. You don't have to go and study another degree to get your weakness out of the way. You can use Toastmaster, use a DTM to get your weakness, make your weakness stronger, to create opportunities for yourself and to move. Because you know what, one thing about Toastmasters, you as you have think about it, you are going to talk about it. See my point. As a man that think it in Toastmasters, I say, as a man that has think it in his heart, so will he talk about it in Toastmasters Club.
Yes.
So that is what
That is so true.
That it gave me a business. So the business that I'm running, I don't do anything. I'm training communication and I'm training leadership. Where did I learn them?
Wow.
I learned them from Toastmasters. And I'm still working at my job. I'm still working for government of South Africa. I'm still a diplomat for the government of South Africa. But I am training people left, right, and center. Passionately so. And let me tell you, most of the time it's for free. Why? Because I know if you work with people and it's your passion,
yes,
something will give.
True. Absolutely true. I am right there with you. I do life coaching, confidence coaching, and you are very right. There is hardly anyone I have trained for free who has not gone and brought in 2 paid clients for the same person. And it's not that I ask. It's just that the value, when people get value, they will go out and be sneezers. Put the word out there on your behalf. DTM Eric, now you see, I have learned something. You're the first person who I have heard telling me that your DTM must have a purpose. Revolutionary thinking. I get it. And I am so grateful because even as the listeners are learning, hey, I am learning right here along with you guys. Here we go. Have a purpose. As you were speaking, the gears in my head were already ticking and I'm like, okay, this very one. Why did I choose this project as my DTM project? There is a reason why this resonated with me. Now I'm going to nail down the purpose. Thank you so much for sharing that nugget. And this is what gets exciting about Toastmasters because you're never in the space of a Toastmaster meeting, a fellow Toastmaster, and you never walk away empty handed. There's always a nugget that you get. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I take it now that you have met that goal of bringing your family out of poverty.
Let me tell you something. The fact that it become clearer to you that you are on a path of actualizing and realizing that goal gives you satisfaction and a deeper look, even if you have not achieved the goal, but the darkness is out of you. The darkness have left you. You have a clearer vision to say, this is what will take me and my family out of poverty. And this is what I'm going to die for. It is ideal for me to pursue it.
Yes.
That is the stage that Toastmaster have put me at, to say, now I'm at this level. I don't lack. You see, even if in financial terms, the money is not, but the satisfaction and the realization, which goes with the fact that you have in what you are doing, that is where it must start.
Yeah.
And from there on, you just grow. Because you see, before, it was very dark. It was not for sure. It was, you could not see. I could not see the path. I could not see a breakthrough. I could not see, even if I'm going to do this, even with a talk show, I could not see how this talk show will take me. I had faith that it will take me out of poverty, but I could not see how. But I had that thing. But after I've interacted a lot in Toastmasters activities, I've interacted a lot. Remember, I've been a 4 times area director. I've been 3 times division director. You see, I've coached a lot of clubs. I can count up to my coaching, my sponsoring, and my mentoring is over 22 clubs. So, so if you put all that experience together, you come to realize that now the light is so clear. You can take me and place me in America, I'll make it. You can go and place me in Asia, I will make it through Toastmasters. I've made it in Thailand, I've made it in Vietnam, I've made it in Indonesia. So anywhere where you can place me, I've made it in Tanzania, where I knew nobody and the language. I had the language barrier in Tanzania, but I broke through. I managed to break through. So my point here is, now and then, it's not the financial term or not the financial that will really show you that you have breakthrough. Yes. It is the fact that you can see where you are going that matters the most.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am right there with you. I'm excited that you're now sitting on those tables and you are coaching those people who at one point looked daunting and intimidating to you. Those CEOs, those professors, those doctors are all coming to DTM, Eric, for coaching. That in itself is $1 million check. It is amazing. And that is exciting for me. James Hughes says the art of communication is the language of leadership. And that is what makes you such a great leader. You were intentional from the very beginning to get yourself out of a paradigm. You were in a box where things seem to. Did I hear somewhere that at one point you were driving trucks? Did I hear that correctly?
Driving what?
Driving trucks.
Okay. No, not trucks. But
Mm-hmm.
my day job, I'm a driver. Day job. I'm driving diplomats, and I'm driving. Let me just say, I'm a driver. I've been hired to drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not doing any office work, but I'm a driver. But let me tell you, through my driving, I'm going to tell you something short. Through my driving, when I achieved, before I could even achieve my first DTM, one
Mm-hmm.
of one of the training institute for diplomats in South Africa, because I was driving with the person in my department. And the person told me, I've been driving with you. You are so articulate when it comes to the English language. Just imagine, I've not yet achieved my first DTM. And then the person
Yes.
told me, why don't you become a diplomat? Why don't you go for training to be a diplomat for the government of South Africa? I told her, I don't qualify, which was true. I
Mm-hmm.
don't qualify. I only have a matric, and I don't have any qualification after that.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you know what? Give it a try. Your English is better. Remember, I was undermining myself. But
Yes.
she was like, your English is better. You can do something. And I went.
Mm-hmm.
I insisted, I fought. I want to do the training. They took me through a rigorous examination,
Mm-hmm.
which I passed out of 90, which out of
Woo!
93 people who have degree, who have
Yes.
degrees. I did not have a degree.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
passed. I think we were about 20 of us, or 13 plus another 7, which makes it 20. I passed, and the others failed. And
Hmm.
I went to training. I went to be trained for a full year, for more than a year, to become a trained diplomat for the government of South Africa. And I passed
Hmm.
everything. And I was still delivering speeches. Remember that the year when I was being trained to be a
Mm-hmm.
diplomat, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I delivered in during that training. I was a member of 4 clubs for Toastmasters. In those four
Wow.
clubs, I delivered 112 speeches in 1 year.
DTM Eric, do you want to keep challenging us to? Yeah.
Look,
112.
112 speeches that are evaluated. Remember, they must evaluate them. They must give you
Mm-hmm.
feedback. So I got, between 2013 and 14, I delivered 112 speeches that were evaluated. And then on top of that, on top of those evaluations, the following year, 2014, 2015, I delivered 114 speeches again.
Oh.
So that means in 2 years, I delivered about 226 speeches.
Mm-hmm.
2 years, 24 months.
Wow.
That's why I said I was doing it because I did not know. I was just having the passion to deliver these things.
Right.
I did not know. But when I added everything up, it added up to 224 speeches in 2 years.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
I finished my training as a diplomat, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was shocked to say, how does a person who's doing mere driving job, just a mere driver,
Wow.
how does he becomes a diplomat? It became a bone of contention.
Mm.
But in my heart, I knew it was Toastmasters. In my heart, I
Yep.
knew you can try me again. I'll always beat you to this because I know how to
Yes.
prepare for a speech. I know how to
Come on.
practice for a speech, and I know how to deliver a speech. And I know how to evaluate you on top of that. So what can you do
On
to
top
me?
of it,
Nothing. Nothing.
DTM Eric, you inspire us, you challenge us, you excite us, you motivate us. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know how to conclude this podcast because There are so many things going on in my head. This is amazing. You have just spoken to someone who is disqualifying themselves, someone who is thinking I'm less than, someone who's not sure what they can bring to the table. And you are saying for a subscription every 6 months, currently it's on $60 every 6 months. That's 120 for the year, which broken down is $10 a month. We can be people who can evaluate our bosses, who
Mm,
can evaluate the degrees like you. I am
mm,
still thinking about whether I need a degree or not, but I am more excited about this DTM than I ever was with the degree I started and I left halfway because the things I was learning there, they were feeding my head, but I could not see how it was going to end up in my hands. But when I
mm.
started Toastmasters, the coaching which I had been called CoachBusi for years, 13 years I was CoachBusi, I had not earned $1 from coaching. I was giving advice
Mhm.
free. Then I did effective coaching and I realized just how much I had, how much
Mm,
I knew, and how much structure in the coaching I already had put together. The feedback encouraged me, motivated me. I am now earning very good dollars from Toastmasters. So I am
ex-
excited with you. And I'm now looking at scaling up the same way you have. One last word, DTM Eric, to anybody who's going to watch this podcast. It may be a prospective Toastmaster. It may be a Toastmaster who is now sitting on the fence. They are thinking, oh, I am tired. I have done level one, level two. I'm going to take a break. Please speak to those people for me, and then we'll wrap this up.
Look, I always tell people, there was a time in my life where I really wanted to be one of the leaders of Toastmasters. And I came to learn that there's a lot of competition, lot of competition. Everybody wants to be a leader, but no one wants to speak.
Yes.
So what I did, I said, but Toastmaster offer two things. It's either it offers you a lot of leadership, it offers you a lot of speaking. Nobody can stop you from speaking. You are the only
That's
one who
it.
will stop yourself from speaking. So
Woo!
what I hammered the speaking. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to tell you is speak and speak and speak. Get those certificates. They are not printed for mahala. They are not printed for
Mm-hmm.
free. They
Mm-hmm.
are there
Mm-hmm.
for you to take. Secondly, remember, if a year passes, that's me now. If 1 year
Yes.
can pass, if I've not received 10 certificates from Toastmasters, I've done nothing. My year was
Ooh.
wasted and I've wasted my money. So I will encourage you, accumulate as many certificates from Toastmasters. You don't know the future. You don't know what those certificates will do for you in the future. You don't, what you don't know, just do it
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know what you don't know until one day it reveals itself to you and you will be ready.
Woo!
You will have hundreds of certificates from Toastmasters that will work in your advantage. Look, I did
Yes.
not, I did not know, and I accumulated my first competent leader certificates. I did not know. Later, I came to accumulate over 10, 12 certificates in 1 year of Toastmasters, which is
Mm.
about 112 speeches in one
Mm-hmm.
year. I
Yes.
did not know. I did not know I was building up for DTMs. I did not know. I did not know that
Mm.
I'll be traveling to Tanzania. I'll be traveling to Malawi. I'll be traveling to
Mm.
Zimbabwe. I did not know. I did not know that I'll be going to Zambia. I did not know I'll be going to Thailand. I did not know I'll be going to Vietnam and Indonesia. I did not know. But my certificates have certified me. to
Yes.
go to those places. So I
Yes.
will encourage you to just speak, just be faithful to yourself and say, I had the initial passion, and I'm going to stick to that passion. It will not fade, but I'm going to stick to it and I will see it through until the bitter end. It's a hobby, guys. It is a hobby. You can't stop your hobby just because you are hungry or you are getting too fat. Don't.
Yes.
Keep to your hobby. Even for 10 years or 20 years, it's yours. Go with it. You will thank me later.
DTM Eric, on that note, I am not even waiting until later to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What an awesome time I have had with you today. I know the comments that are going to come from the listeners are going to be many. There's going to be a plethora of comments because this has been by far one of the most interesting conversations I have had. And this space, we have amazing conversations. So for this to be in that top tier, top notch, we did well. Thank you so much. Thank you. To the listeners out there, hey, you heard what DTM Eric has just said. He's not a DTM, not once, not twice, not thrice, four, no, five, no, six. Right now, going for number 7. DTM, for those of you who are still wondering, that is Distinguished Toastmaster, the highest qualification you can attain in Toastmasters. Why don't you join a meeting one of these days? Why don't you look for me in the comments below? And let me introduce you to this world that gives us so much pleasure and gives us qualification to sit in the rooms with kings. On that note, I bid you adios until the next meeting, until the next Toastmaster conversation. CoachBusi signing out.